Annyeonghaseyo everyone. Today's video is going to be informative as well as a fun video. But before getting started, I'd like to ask you one thing. Do you like coffee? I'm sure you do. I myself like to have coffee when I feel cold and tired. Actually, I prefer coffee than other drinks. In this video, we are going to have a look on the beautiful cafe culture of South Korea. As you already know that Italy, Brazil and Ethiopia are famous for their coffee culture. Korea is one of those countries whose cafe cultures are overshadowed. But the reality is that Korea has a beautiful and unique cafe culture, specifically in Seoul. Now before moving on, I'm going to share some factual things with you about coffee culture of South Korea. The first one is Korean drink 12.3 cups of coffee per day. Coffee is the most popular beverage in the area. There were estimated 49,000 coffee shops in South Korea. Alone, Seoul has over 18,000 coffee shops. Seoul has the most cafes per capita in the world. Seoul has more Starbucks than any other city in the world. Korea accounts for 6% of the Asia-Pacific coffee market. Cafes have become a big part of modern Korean culture. So now let's talk about how coffee has become so big in Korea. According to Professor Chunman Kang, Kojong goes to Starbucks states that Kojong was the first person to taste coffee in Korea in 1896 on the invitation of Antoinette Sontag, the sister-in-law of Russian ambassador. Koreans were curious about foreign cultures and new beverages, so coffee was consumed as the symbol of westernization and modernization. In the early days, people called coffee shops or cafe thabang. The first thabang was built by Sontag in Seoul in 1902. The modern type of thabangs dates from 1927 in Myeongdong and were spread to Cheonggo and Cheongmura. At first, thabang were open to the royal family and riches, where they discussed about political, business, culture, education, so they were generally used as meeting places. Commoners could not afford thabangs because of their high prices. They used to go to chumaks to talk about their lives and politics. Thabangs became a popular dating place for youngsters. The first Korean themed cafe was probably a music thabang in the 1970s. In this type of thabang had disc jockeys who received song requests from customers and played record music for them. It provided a feeling of freedom to college students who couldn't express their political opinions openly in 1970s. In 1980s, the competition among thabangs were increased. They started to focus on the interior and atmosphere of thabangs. Early thabangs were dark and divided, changed into the ones with bright and cozier atmospheres. They were different from old ones that focused only on teas and sodas. There was a huge shift in Korean cafe culture history in 1999 when Starbucks, the first foreign franchisee coffee shop in Korea, was established in Sinchon, Seoul. Starbucks introduced Korea to a new world of cafe. Since then, more foreign franchisee coffee shops entered the market with a greater variety of coffee and atmosphere, and more local franchisee cafes and small private-owned cafes appeared with their unique features. South Korea has a variety of unusual and cute cafes that can be found in every corner of South Korea where you can enjoy a cup of coffee and other beverages. These are like hidden gems of Korea. It's a bit tricky to find them. Now I'm going to list some best and beautiful cafes that are worthy to have a visit. So the first one is Thanks Nature Cafe in Seoul. It's a sheep-themed cafe with two cute sheeps where you can click pictures with these two cute creatures. It has an amazing ambience and pretty interior. The second cafe is Alice Table Cafe, which is another chic cafe to visit in Busan with minimalistic yet cozy interior, and it is situated in Pujeon-dong, Busangjinggu in Busan. And it's an interesting thing that is related to this cafe. Being an army, I'm really excited to share this thing with you that this cafe is owned by BTS member Jimin's dad. There is also one cafe in Busan which is also owned by Jimin's dad, and the name of that cafe is Magnet. You should go there if you have a chance to visit South Korea. When you visit Alice Table Cafe, you can see the pictures of BTS members here and there. And if you are an ARMY, it's like a bonus to you whenever you visit South Korea because it's the land of BTS. So the next cafe is Kdrama Cafe. It's one of the quirkiest cafe in South Korea, which has a vending machine like entrance door. It has also unique menu of beverages and cakes in different shapes and cute containers. It's an Instagrammable cafe in Seoul. There are some other unique cafes in South Korea. They are Cat Cafe, Flower Cafe, Board Game Cafe and Virtual Reality Cafe. I am very fond of coffee and K-dramas. I'm sure you too. I have watched a lot of them. In each and every drama, I have noticed that the characters' meeting place is generally a cafe. I couldn't find any drama without these cafes. I'm going to list out some K-dramas in which characters are meeting in a cafe. And also you can tell me your favorite K-drama in the comment section. And I really love to know that which is your favorite K-drama. So let's move on. As the time is changing, so these cafes, they are getting more and more cozier, beautiful, elegant, aesthetic and modern. So there are three types of cafes in South Korea. First one are chain cafes like Starbucks, second one are independent cafes like non-chain cafes, and third one are other cafes where coffee is not the main attraction. So the question arises is that why cafes are popular in Korea? So the answer is, cafes in Korea can be identified as social hangout locations like meeting with your colleagues, hang out with your friends, and most important, study is taken very seriously in South Korea. It has a great importance. So you can also study in the calm and cozy environment of these cafes. One more reason is that dating is taken very seriously in Korea. You can always find couples spending their time in these cafes. Korea is trying to follow the trends of Western culture where these cafes are successful and have a great influence. I'm sure that you would be thinking about the cost of coffee in South Korea. So the cost of coffee is quite expensive in Korea because you are not paying for the coffee but for the experience you get. And one more thing, Korea has 6th highest Starbucks price in the world. Now it's time to wrap up the video with a conclusion that after this long discussion on Korean cafe culture, we can say that Korean cafes are a great way to get socialized and release our stress to spend some happy time with ourselves. There are so cute and unique cafes there that if someone visits South Korea, would not be able to hold himself or herself from having a nice cup of coffee. Korean cafes have become an integral part of Korean modern culture. I'm sure you are agree with me. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, you can tell me in the comment section down below. I would love to read them all. And I assure you that I'm going to upload this kind of interesting thing about South Korean culture on my channel, and if you want to know them, you have to stick to my channel, and I really invite everyone to come to my channel. Till then, annyeong.